Let's talk about skid plates for my 2025 DR-Z4S. So long before I bought the bike, I ordered the Tusk skid plate from Rocky Mountain that fits the DR-Z400. Everything I could tell by looking at the various pictures and drawings of the DR-Z4S made it appear that this style skid plate would fit, meaning it looked like the bike was the same as far as the frame goes. Once I finally got my bike in, took my original skid plate off the bike, I realized that this skid plate would not quite fit. So what Suzuki has done is they have slightly relocated these two holes here, these two mounting holes. They are slightly closer together on the 4S compared to the 400S. And then I think this hole is in a slightly different location too. It's a very, very minor change. So I did some thinking and decided for the time being, instead of modifying this skid plate to get it to work, I would take the skid plate off of my 400S, modify it to at least get some protection on the bike before I got it out into the dirt and started riding it. So ultimately, I would like to get the proper style fitting Tusk skid plate from Rocky Mountain once they finally come out with it. They're working on it, but I don't know when it's going to be available to purchase. So what we have done here is some very minor modifications. I'll spin this around here and we can take a look at it. First, let's take a look at the exhaust. We've got this great big catalytic converter up here. To make way for that, what I have done, see, we have this here that cuts down here a little bit of an angle, and then these two areas are at the same level. So on my other skid plate, the old one, I have trimmed this down a little bit so it cuts in closer to the towards the outside edge of the skid plate. And then we can also take a look at the front. We can see how much I've trimmed off of here. So I've probably trimmed close to 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch down from here. And if we stack the two skid plates, you can kind of get a better perspective of how much I trimmed. This is exaggerated because we're sitting up at quite a bit higher level, but you can see here I've sort of rounded this a little bit more and cut down. I do need to trim just a little bit more right there to get rid of that ugly little notch. What I ended up first doing was cut in this way and then cut down and then cut across. Then I found that I needed to take a little bit more off here, and I should take more off to get rid of that nastiness right there. So another place that I need to make some minor modifications is right up here in this area. You can see some little wear marks. So that little wear mark is from this water pump housing hose clamp right there. So I'm just going to take a file and file that off on the skid plate just a little bit. So if we look at the skid plate that has not been modified, this is the new skid plate, we can see that there's these little spacers welded in, and the holes are sort of oblong shaped. All 4 holes are like that. So what I've done to get this to work is modified these holes just a little bit, and I've widened them where they are closer together in the middle so I can still get my bolt in. So earlier I mentioned that these two holes on the DR-Z4S are slightly closer together. So what I did was filed off enough material so that the edge of the hole is right up against the inner edge of this spacer on both sides. Those are the only 2 holes that I've modified. I may modify this one just a little bit because this hole has changed spacing just a little bit or changed location, but I was able to get this skid plate to mount up fine without doing anything to that hole. Looking at the skid plate in the bright sunlight, we can see how I took off material right up to the edge of the spacer. So I did that on the inner portion on this hole, and then the same thing on that hole. Looking at the bottom of the skid plate closer, you can see all of these rock scar marks right here towards the rear. This is exactly why I always prefer to get a skid plate that comes all the way back to the foot pegs on a DR-Z, because some skid plates stop right in this area and it leaves a lot of the frame exposed in the back below the foot pegs. I've had this skid plate on my old DR-Z since late 2023, so it's been through one full riding season and then part of another. Here's looking at the skid plate on the left side. So if we get down here and look at the bike from the underneath, you can see how this comes all the way back to about the midpoint on the foot pegs. It completely covers this cross member back here that is right behind this point on the frame. And you can see here it's taken a pretty good impact. It's actually carved up the metal right there. Looking forward a little bit, plenty of clearance here. I haven't had any issues with the skid plate on my old DR-Z. I don't remember now if we have more clearance here on the old DR-Z or not. If we look down in the front, we can see how much clearance I have. I did a pretty good job of making sure I had room between the skid plate and the exhaust. We'll switch around and look at the other side too. Here's looking at the right side, and you can kind of see the file marks, and I've actually sort of contoured the skid plate inward some right there where that hose clamp is at. And here's my ugliness that I didn't really clean up as good as I had hoped to in getting rid of that nasty looking notch. But next time I have the skid plate off and need to switch it to the other DR-Z, I'll clean that up a little bit.